Asa man tong kuan na to, mga questionnaire. Yan, tantangon ko ni. Nag ako ra ni editon tingali kay wa ko ka ready dayon da. Nangita ko sa kuan. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Hello, guys. Welcome to this live podcast. Today, I'm with my special guest. She's from. She's also a Bisaya like me. Well, okay. Again, San. Live camera action. Actually, guys, today I would like to share with you guys. This is a practice and a trial, of course. Now, I will be very clear to all of you. Actually, this is my first time having a podcast, and I would like to share with you about self care and self improvement. And since this is not my expertise, really, this is just based on personal experience. So today, I asked someone to be with me, and we will be talking about self care. So I hope this conversation would help you guys and also inspire you and motivate you in a certain way. So today I would like to welcome my special guest. Her channel name is So Inc Motivation. So here she is. Hello, So Inc Motivation.
Hi there, Victoria.
I hope it is clear with you guys. Just let me know in the comment section if we are not so clear and if there's a need to improve our audio, then I would be very happy to address that's such kind of concern. Well, again, welcome back. So Inc. Motivation. So Inc. Motivation.
Yay, I'm here. I'm so thrilled to be here, and thank you for inviting me for this podcast, which is very first time for both of us. And I am thrilled, and we'll see um, how we can produce a good topic in this show.
Okay, so our today's topic, would you mind telling to the audience?
Oh yeah, you mentioned about talking about self love, and I would be very excited to share some tips based on my own experience, and that could be the essence of our talk for today. So go ahead.
Okay. So if you would like to, okay, I would like to introduce myself. Of course, for those of you that does not know me yet, my name is Victoria. My channel is Victoria Lemardel, and if you're not yet subscribed or follow my channel, then feel free, guys. So again, back to the topic. Our guest today is So Inc. Motivation, and also we're talking about as we have mentioned earlier about self love. So if you want to know a little bit of my special guest, she is a mom of three kids. What else? Can you introduce yourself? Sewing motivation for me?
Oh,
I'm not an expert.
um, you can call me Sue, Sue Inc., Susan. I'm a mother of three. I'm a wife. Um, Nurse is my profession, and I'm a sister, a friend, a housewife, a neighbor, a good human being.
Wow, that's cool. So she's a
Yeah,
mom of three and um, of course a good friend, a sister. Again, so let's get back to the topic. So today we will dive into the topic about self-love. And that's the essence of our talk today. So okay, are you ready for this topic, Susan?
absolutely. In fact, I'm very excited to be here in your show, which is both of us are have
Newbie.
this experience of having a first timer or being a
Yes,
first timer,
and that is really
and I
true.
and I would love to share what I've got in here. What I will say in this conversation is mostly based on my point of view and perception about what self love or self love self care is all about.
Okay. So let's start by a simple question asking you, how do you feel about this topic?
I think it's a perfect time to talk about it because a lot of times we are more focused on many aspects of things away from ourselves, like being always busy on our job, taking care of our family, and keeping our house clean to make it feels like home, and everything seems endless, right? And then later on, that day you realize, where's my me time, right? So like, wait, I'm so tired now that I just need to sleep for another day's life's demand. So that's why I believe this is an awesome topic to talk to, and hopefully people can relate to this.
Yeah, that's so awesome response about the question. Okay, so you are a career woman, right? So you are very right. Yeah, everybody or all of us, I can relate to what you are saying. Like
Yeah,
it's like we need to meet every day. We have to, of course, we need to clean the house, organize, meet all the needs of the kids and the husband, and we got a lot of things to accomplish per day. So those are
yeah,
like meeting errands. Is that
yep. And most of
correct?
the time we forget ourselves. Like, wait, where's my me time alone time? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's really hard to keep up sometimes. But yeah, that's the way of life.
true, true. I can really relate that. And of course, we have different scenarios. We have different settings, home settings. We have different size of houses. We have different number of kids. We have different type of people around us. So different characters, different, uh, so not all, you call it, how will you call it? Like not all, not
Like,
fit all. The shoes
uh,
is not fit to all.
like,
Yeah.
like not one size fits all. It's not
Yeah, one size
something
fit
like
all.
that.
Yeah, the common.
That's correct.
Yeah, the common.
It's not one size fits all.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like that. Yeah, true.
That's what they
So
say.
you are very right to that. In most, I not all perhaps because every woman is different and financial. When it comes to financial settings we are not all the same, so the stress level are not all the same, the level of happiness is not all the same, so we are really unique individual. We have different dealings in life, so that's it. So again, uh, you are very right to that topic, like there's a lot of things that we need to accomplish per day, right? To meet every day. So let's proceed
Exactly.
to the next topic because I have heard about self love. Where am I now? Actually, guys, to make this conversation spontaneous, we have done a little bit of the guide because we are newbie guys. So I hope you will support and understand our situation. So this is what you call there's always a first time. Then we would like, but then we still manage to make this conversation helpful to all of you and have a sense to each and every one of you listening right now. So let me continue and proceed to the topic. The second question, because I have heard about it, that self love is so important. What is self love to you?
Um, Self-love, well, if you have to look at the Merriam-Webster dictionary, self-love is defined as the love of self and its regard for one's own happiness. Self-love or self-care can mean a lot of things to everyone because you know why? Because we are a totally different individual and we have different set of ways of taking care of ourselves. So believe me, there are so many ways to express self-love. And self-love for me is knowing what I need first, physically, mentally, psychologically, and because I knew I am not just a body, but I'm also a spirit. So I have to address myself as a whole. So if one of them, like for example, one is neglected, like my physical or my mental, it's kinda neglected. I don't think I'm capable to complete my task for that day. For example, I'm very stressed out and I'm not taking a break, um, taking a pause to think clearly. That's not self love for me. It's not okay. So I have to make sure that I have to address myself as a whole, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know that you know that you probably are aware that sometimes like you forget yourself, like you forget to drink water, and then you might say, oops, why am I so thirsty today, why my skin is so dry, because you forget one thing, and that seems basic, but actually it's the most important part of your um, body needs, hydration. So that's just an example, but yeah, go ahead and
Yeah, I can relate to that because it's like you are if we are trying to looking at the real scenario, it's like we are juggling between the time and the space, like you have to balance
exactly,
between the distance, the time and the space that we are in. You know what I
exactly,
mean, guys?
exactly,
It's like to balance the minute things, like to balance between your time and the space, and like the distance that you need to run, the space that you have to to accommodate, and to have your time. Like it is not easy really to balance, for me. I'm not really good at it. It seems like what we call it, like the time management would really comes in.
absolutely, yes,
Yeah.
that's totally like um, very essential to realize. Being an ordinary person, being a human being, we are all the same. We have these basic needs that we need to meet, and there's a need also that which is beyond our basic needs. Like we have to address also our mental and our other like needs, like emotional needs, mental needs, psychological needs. We are not just a body, so that's why for me, self-loving is not just addressing one thing. but it's addressing a whole lot of things. But as a starter, of course, you have to start with your basic needs, and then as you develop your routine, then you will also like realize like, oh, there's a need that I need to meet. So, yeah. So self love in general is more of like taking care of yourself and really, really like nothing else that is really complicated.
Yeah, true. So that's a wonderful opinion about on that certain questions. So I have another question. Some people thought that self love is not a good, and they may think of it as a selfish. Are you able to clarify about the differences?
Can you say it one more time?
Some people thought that self love is not good, and they may think of it as selfish. Are you
Well,
able to
yeah.
clarify about the differences?
I would say self love is loving yourself, right? And I would say it's never selfish at all. Self love is more of prioritizing yourself. I would say I prioritize myself because I need it first because it has to be like yourself first because before others because it is necessary to take care of yourself and uh, like as a nurse I have to take care of myself first before I could care my other patients. Otherwise, I could not give an effective care to my patient if I'm not taking care of myself. I remember this wise man said, I cannot remember the exact name, but I remember what he said that you cannot pour an empty cup. Let it sink in for a minute. You cannot pour an empty cup, quote, quote unquote. So while it is misconstrued as selfish when you love yourself, because we are from the culture of like taking care of other people first, family first, before ourselves. It can only be selfish actually if you fulfill your needs while hurting others or stepping shoes to achieve yours. So it's like don't step don't step someone's shoes if you want if you practice self love. It has to be like a spontaneous flow of like taking care of yourself and taking care of others. But if you call it only selfish if you step someone else's shoes. So overall, for this topic of self love, it is necessary for everyone in order to thrive,
Yeah,
and
very
that's
true.
okay.
So being selfish is not bad.
What do you mean? Being selfish actually is bad. Self love is not selfish.
Okay, so and there's kind of a debate on that point. It's like some people would say being selfish is bad, but being selfish for the sake of loving ourselves, for me, it's not bad.
It you cannot call self love as selfish. Not at all. I have to redefine that. Okay. Self love is caring for self, prioritizing yourself. Selfish is not self love because selfish is this is my understanding. Selfish is you do something for yourself while you are hurting others. Like
So another point of view, yeah.
you are stepping over someone else's shoes in order to fulfill your needs. So self love is never selfish. Selfish is hurting people, like in order to get what you need. Sorry, it sounds like a debate, but that's the way I understand
Yeah,
um, self love.
yeah, true. I respect that. Actually, yes, but it depends maybe on how you defined it. Well, but I
Um,
respect that point of view. That's fine. That would be also a good idea to try to accept and to think about it like self-loving. Is not being selfish.
yep,
Yeah.
never selfish.
So, okay. So, here's another question for you today. Where are we? Okay. Self loving. Where am I now? Okay. Here's the next question for you today. Do you practice self love? And if you practice self loving, how do you practice self love? And also, do you have anything to share? As for our listeners, maybe you can share some good tips for us. What do you think?
Great, um, great question. Um, Actually, I do now. Long story though, but yes, I do now. Um, I used
Why
to.
you said now? Why before you are you not doing it?
I do now because before prioritize. I used to prioritize people. Um, Before me, I used to please people. Before me, I used to make sure that I used to do things to make sure they're happy before me. But
Ooh.
now I have to I have to practice being true to myself, and I would try to examine my inner self first and see what I need. Um, Prioritizing myself before others. I I sometimes, or not sometimes, I try to always say something nice to myself. I I always try to feed myself nutritious food, although sometimes I enjoy to treat myself not so healthy. But actually, it's about finding balance. I try to hydrate myself well, although it takes a lot of practice before you get used to it. I try
Mm.
to sleep regularly. You know your body well, so listen to your body and how much sleep you need. I'm not an expert of that, but we have this instinct what of what our body really really needs, and you have to learn to listen to it.
Mm. Yeah, true. I agree. The the very important self care for me is to hydrate ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
um,
to hydrate and also to sleep. But
and
I'm
also,
also one of those people who are not sleeping, guys. I'm
yeah,
not really good at it.
it may seem very basic though, but
Mm.
actually that's the most important essential that we need to address because in science we are um, how many percentage more of water? 70, 80%.
80%, I think, based on the teaching. Yeah.
So we need to hydrate more.
80% water. But also, I would like to add, like, honestly, guys, based on personal experience, like, I would really say one of the beauty secret that we could ever have is to drink water and to sleep very early. And I
I
can
agree.
really see it in the face of my mom because she's really doing it. But of course, one time I was able to sleep a lot. And honestly, guys, there is no such makeup that could fill that kind of look. Glowing and it's like renewed skin. That's all I could really say based on experience. But I'm not really good at it, guys. How I would love to sleep early, but I also fail. I'm just one of those people who fail. But again, that is not a good idea for me. I'm also harnessing my time to manage myself well because I also trying to self-discipline, disciplining myself. I really
Right.
try
But
because
realizing it like by now is a beginning of um, like it's like a first stage of knowing where you're heading, and that's a good one.
yeah, true. But good thing you're able to manage it. that you could sleep early now?
Well, it takes a lot of self-discipline and like clarity of your mind to make a plan and
Yeah,
ensure
again.
that well, and
Oh,
ensure that
that's good. So you have a plan. You call how you call it? Planner?
I mean, it's not necessary that you have to really write it, but if you write it, it's good. But you have to write your plans, your goals, and what you need to accomplish. So that's
Hmm,
part
that's
of
good.
self-care as well.
Cause that's a good one. Cause I remember you mentioned to me that you have the planner, and that is available in Amazon. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
No,
good
no,
one. Yeah,
it's a journal. It's not a planner. It's a journal.
yeah, journal and a planner. How I love to have that one. I could.
Well, we can check it
Is
out.
that a printable item?
Um, no, it's a notebook.
Oh, wish I could have a printable one. It's nice if you have a free item like printable free item. Yeah, it's like that in Kindle. Yeah, if you could share sometimes maybe later on a free printable planner. Whoa, that's a good one. Well, anyway, that would be in the future. We will see. So, okay, I have another question for you. So, Ink Motivation, we are done with us practicing of self loving. Now, I have another one. Have you had any experience in your past that you failed to practice self love, and what lessons did you learn from it?
Yes, indeed. Well, in the past, I've been always busy with life that I always put myself last, as I've mentioned earlier. So I was always in a hurry that never tried to stop and pause and see what I need. So I always prioritize others. I always say that I always prioritize others. It's true, and see their needs. But actually, now it's a different story. I knew what I need, and I knew what self love means to me, and I really mean to live with it.
Hmm. So at least you have a realization and learning lesson in life.
Well, sometimes it takes time, and sometimes you learn the hard way, hardcore.
Mm,
So if you learn the hard way, it's very impactful, and but you have to be really, really just in what you learn from that experience. It's not just you experience it, then you learn a little bit, then you forget. It's about you have to dive deeper and what I have learned from this situation instead of giving up. And you have to say to yourself, then what can I do next and how to move on from this situation. So you have to make a plan in order to solve the problem or the circumstances you are facing.
plan.
Yep. Without a plan, you cannot see anything done. So you have to have a plan.
What do you mean by that? Like uh, future plan,
Like
or what is it?
sorry, I learned the hard way, right, from not taking care of myself. So I started with journaling, like what I had,
Mm,
what I had done, what I'm going to do, and then part of it is plans and goals, and
mm,
like what you want to accomplish. There's a lot of like aspects.
right,
Where do you
right.
start? Where do you start? Is it from yourself? So you have to know where you start.
Yeah.
Like is it from yourself, then family, work, and yeah, you have to know where you start.
Where to start? You have to know where to start. And Of course, you have to know your direction, where to, what's your goal. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like you have to know. It means another way of saying like you have to know your what you want in life,
Exactly. You have
or
to be clear.
what you really want.
Because if you don't know what you want, then you don't know what you get. That's the way I say it.
Yeah, true. So in that certain scenario, I could really relate it, in everyday conversation sometimes, uh, with uh, with my hubby. I was able to say that kind of lines to him, like, just, it's like saying, don't tell me the process, just tell me the outcome. It's like that, like, just tell me directly what you really want, instead of saying a lot of word. Like, it's like you don't know what you really want. It's like, just tell me directly, I like this, I want this. Then it's easy to understand that you
Exactly. You
really
have to be
want
clear.
that
I think
thing.
clarity is more important.
Mm.
If you are not clear of what you want, then how can you accomplish things? So I think that's the essence of having a goal in your life.
Mm. Yeah, for me that is so important, really, to know what we really want. Before honestly, I also accept, like, it's not that easy to set a goal. It's like a lot of things that we want. It's like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And at the end of the day, it's like confusing. Then you don't realize, like, then if you receive something like this, it's like you are asking to yourself, like, why I did not get what I want? Why is this one arrive? And it's like, the one you really want, you don't have it. Then after all, you will, and sometimes it arrives, like, I complain. And then later on in life, I realize, like, what I really want in life, I forgot to set my goal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That happens a lot.
Yeah. I also once, like, that I was thinking, like, what I really want. It's like, it's true. It seems like I was able to set in my head, like, I really want all these things. It's like a lot in one time and at the same time. Did you happen that to you too?
Well, well, yes, it's very normal for a human being to just want
Yeah.
without even realizing what does that want mean to you. Do you really need it? Because need and want is different. So,
Mm.
what does that mean to you when you want it? Is it purposeful? So, yeah. But as you learn, as you go, and you become more mature and um, know what you need, I think you probably like stop wanting more and um, probably like minimizing the wants and probably just more of focusing like just the simple needs in life, I think.
Simple things in life. What do you mean by that? Simple things in life. How will
Well,
you define simple
simplicity.
things?
Simple means to me is more of like addressing the basic needs that makes you happy, and you cannot gauge happiness to everyone because everyone has a different view in life. So when I say simple things in life, what I'm trying to say by that is knowing your needs and meeting your needs in a simple way that is enough to make you happy and content.
Mm, yeah, true. Agree. Being is like, we are the one who can set it as simple, because we are the one who can say as well what we really want. If that
Yep.
thing, if you find it difficult, then that is difficult. And if you find it simple, then that would be simple. So it's like everything is in the mind. Like how will we set it on our head? It's like
Yep.
how will we take it if we take it like easy or we take it as difficult.
Yep. It's all about like how you set it in your mind. What is simple to you? What is complicated to you? And anyway, I don't want to digress the topic, but yeah.
Yeah. So I hope guys that is helpful, and I hope you could relate that kind of topic and explanation towards on the subject matter or the question that I throw into sewing motivation. So I have another question for sewing motivation. I hope this is also relatable to you, to all the audience, and to all the listeners right there. So I would like to proceed and would like to ask to sewing motivation about the. This is a final question, guys, for sewing motivation. She is on hot seat by tonight.
She knows that
She is on the hot seat. Hot seat?
I'm on a hot seat.
Yeah. So actually, guys, pardon me if my pronunciation is not really clear to you, but if there's any word that is not very clear there, just write in the comment down below. Then I could help myself to improve myself. That is why I really invite sewing motivation because I too needs some self improvement. I really try myself to improve myself, even though by every day eventually we try to improve, but to harness and to perfect our everyday lives, it's really needs it's like a constant learning. We need to learn every day because it's like every day is like a journey and a trial that we need to face from time to time. So I also one of you would like to master my time management, self improvement. Like example, before this is my improvement now that I could share personally. Before, guys, I also one of those people who would so afraid of camera. Like I cannot face the camera. I cannot face like make doing live like I'm so afraid of camera. Even to take a picture of myself, I'm so afraid of that one. So now, little by little, I am improved, and I could afford now to see myself in front of the camera. So this is a kind of self improvement, really. But then until now, I'm still mastering myself. So I hope you can relate, and if you have some experience like myself, so drop down below, guys. Now I have a final question for sewing motivation, and I hope you could also relate this one and also could get a lesson from this. So, what can you tell to people, to someone who is not practicing about self love and felt guilty if they do?
Okay. What can I tell people? I would say if you're practicing self-love, then awesome. But if not yet, then it's still not too late to practice it. And we don't need to feel guilty if we prioritize ourselves because that's how self-loving is all about. We don't need to feel guilty if we are happy, we are making ourselves happy and because you deserve it. So I would say practice now or practice later as long as you're aware that what self-love is all about.
Mm. So I'm happy to hear that when you say like uh, I forgot exactly the lines you said. I'm trying to remember.
It's about
Practicing the self love. I would like to say, or I would like to ask you, like, is there any did you document your personal experience on the step guide on how to the basic steps of how to improve our how will you improve yourself like that?
Well, I have probably some list of how to start loving yourself, and that could be a good one for your next episode. We can probably talk more about that and some other things that is related to self love if you want me to talk more about self loving.
Oh, I see. Okay, that would be nice for the next topic. Yeah, but how I wish if we could see that one in your channel too. If you have your video about the step guide on how to
Well, I'm
basic
working on
step
it.
guide or based on your experience, yeah, on how will you do it?
I'm working on it. I have so much in my plate for now, but one day I probably could support people through my channel
Mm.
and talk more about that. But um, since I'm no expert about this, I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a regular person sharing my own tips and whatnot and some experiences that probably could people could relate to it. So I hope I am very um, I hope I am making sense at all, and I hope my point of view is fruitful and useful to your listeners who needs those.
Yeah, right. Well, thank you, Susan. And actually, I was able to read your book, but honestly, I actually, guys, I would like to tell you to all listeners listening right now. Actually, my guest tonight, I am so honored to welcome in my live live tonight because actually my guest today, she's an author and a nurse by profession, and she's an author of the book. Can you tell to the audience the book that you have, Sewing
Actually,
Motivation?
oh yeah. Well, I'm I have a poetry collection called Life Changes, and it's available worldwide. But here in the U.S., you can get a copy from Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Google Books, Apple Books, and any other online store. You can check it out and see if it resonates with you.
And also, you have a lot of books. How will you call? What is that? You have some journals. Is that right?
Oh
Printable
yeah, I also
journals
have
or
some journals like
notebooks.
gratitude. I would say I would push more on if you are into journaling. You can also see that, but I don't. I really did not mention that actually because I'm not sure if people likes to journal. But yeah, there's a gratitude journal by Sue Ink Prints available also on Amazon, and I would probably suggest try journaling, and that also would uh, be very helpful for people who is practicing gratitude because gratitude is very essential practice. I mean, very essential to practice if you are into self development mode.
And also, guys, Sue Inc. also is she's a professional nurse. And what training did you have, San? The one you do? What is that related to motivation? What is that? She's about
Um,
to license it. So I'm sure, guys,
I
all
don't
those
really want to
books and
mention. I don't
writings.
really want to mention it right now, but maybe in the next episode, if everything is clear, I will mention that to you.
Yeah, so for now, guys, she got some journals and books, and of course, Mandala book available in Amazon. And if you would like to know, I would. There's in the description down below. I would link down below the the link of the book of So Inc. Motivation. Just check it out, guys, at the description. You could see it there. So Inc. Motivation, the YouTube channel, but her book is available in Amazon. The author there is Susan Apurado. So check it out, guys, if you are into it. Mandala book is like adult kids and adult mandala. If you're into mandala art, no, that is a relaxation art relaxation book. Yeah. So once again, guys, just check it out on the description down below. I would link that book on my description. And if you haven't followed my special guest, Sewing Motivation, please don't forget, guys, give love and just try to check it out and find out what's in her channel too. And those are just more on relaxation, and of course from the title itself, So Inc. Motivation. So once again, I would like to say thank you all so much for listening, and I am so happy to share that uh, that topic to all of you right now. So I hope it is helpful, and if you want to see more, we will be having a next episode. We will be talking about another topic that could also help you guys, and we all need self improvement, right? So we will see what's the next topic. And guys, thank you all so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Hello, So Inc.
Thank you.
Do you want to say something to our listeners?
Thank you. Thank you for listening, and hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Okay, that's our guest, guys. So Inc. Motivation. So please, I will also write down on the I will also link that in my description, Suing Motivation. So once again, I would like to say thank you so much for my special guest, Suing Motivation, for tonight's inputs about self-loving, self-care, or self-improvement. So stay tuned, and I'll be back.